All right, good evening, folks. Can stream start a little earlier than usual tonight. Going to come out here and just do a little bit of light trolling on Volkhov, just to get enough silver to buy the bolo rod we were looking at last stream, and then I'm going to go check out the Donets River for the first time. So I need to make about probably 60 or 70 silver, and then I'll be able to put that rod together and have enough to make the trip to the Donets and purchase a map and all that good stuff there. And we're off to a bit of a good start because actually as soon as I took off from the dock while I was still setting the stream up, I got a almost 3.5 kilo Xander on the line. So we can have some luck like that. We should get the money needed pretty quickly out here. Really all I need is one good salmon and that'll do the trick. But I figure I'll check out the Donets River for the first time, go out there with a spinning setup, a feeder rod, and the bolo rod, and see what the river has to offer. Might ask around in chat as well for some suggestions on bait and whatnot. I don't even know if that river has a tackle shop or a cafe or anything like that. I'm hoping so. I'm gonna head over towards the islands here in Volkhov since they've been fairly reliable lately. Using my usual strategy of 3 different color snatchers right now. Got something small on this line. Oh, a river mussel. That was quite a large hook to get a river mussel on. I'm asking about my stream on in-game chat here. Yeah. The third line back out here. That line's been pretty effective at catching things, so I think that's a white snatcher, so having 2 white snatchers out will hopefully maximize everything. Oh, answer this in-game chat here. Yeah. So again, we're just trying to get enough silver to put together my first bolo rod and travel to Donets. I've got just under 450 silver, and I believe the rod I'm going for is like 455 silver. But I also need enough to make the trip out there and buy a map. So I'm going to try to get to about at least 500 silver before I make the trip. Yeah, and hopefully we'll have some good luck with salmon out here today. The last couple of streams out here, we did get some pretty good luck getting some. The first one earlier this week, I got a ton of salmon. That was when I pulled in 700 silver from the trip, which was really nice. Then previous stream, didn't have a lot of luck with salmon, had a ton of pike, but did get a 10 kilo salmon pretty early on, which pretty much made up for it. And really just like 5 kilo or larger Atlantic salmon will do the trick. So far, bite rate hasn't been spectacular. We'll see how the day progresses. Okay, we got something on here. It's a small fish. Little tiny chub. Looks like we got something on line 2. Now the bite rate's starting to pick up, so that's good to see. Nothing large, but something's better than nothing. Another chub. I've noticed the last few days that this area has been having a lot more chub than it used to. It's a little odd. Seems like the asp have moved out of this location, which is a shame because they can be really good silver when you're getting large ones. Just do a little bit of slight trolling, get the last silver we need, and move on to the Seversky Donets. Hope everyone's having a good day. For most of us over on the Western Hemisphere, a good hump day, halfway to the weekend here. Personally, I'm hoping for some sunshine soon. We've had nothing but rain and thunderstorms here all week where I'm at. Something on line 2 again. This is actually the orange snatcher, so this is where I wish I had a second orange snatcher, but I don't right now. But it seems to be pretty active. Tiny pike. Is there something on this? Nope, it's just dragging through the water. And that orange snatcher is a little bit of the MVP tonight. Though it's catching small fish, it's a great bite rate. Another little pike. All right, turn back around here. There we go. All right. So far, okay, got something on line 1. The orange snatcher is getting the most hits, so I might see if I've got a similar lure that might do the trick. I think that's the only orange lure I've got, honestly. Got something on that one again. Whatever's on here should be all right. There we go. First salmon of the night, almost 3.5 kilos. That's good. Need a few more of those, and I'll be able to finish the silver I need here and move on to Seversky. Another tiny pike. The salmon pay so well, since we're only trying to get about 60 silver or so. Just need a couple of those. I don't know how much the 3.5 kilo Xander is going to be worth. Probably only about maybe 9 or 10 silver. But that Ladoga should be worth about 20. So a couple more decent sized fish and we should be in good shape. It's acting like it has a fish on. Do a little trick here to see. Nope, just water drag. Now it's got a fish on, surely. Nothing big, if so. Yeah. Little perch. Certainly nothing that's going to help us on our efforts here. We got something on the orange snatcher again already. Reed has been very good on that one. Another small pike. Come on, salmon. Let's see. There might be an order for that river mussel, which can probably put us over the edge for the silver we need. I'm going to try to get a few more fish before we go back and see if we've got enough. Once nighttime hits, bite rate's pretty much dead, so I'll go check it when that happens. Nothing yet. Here we go. What do we got? What do we got? Yeah, it's an okay pike. Should be worth a couple silver. You just catch one more salmon. That'll pretty much do the trick. We don't need much. I know the let's see. The trip to Seversky is going to be 16 silver. The map, I imagine, is probably about 10 silver or so. So about 60 silver is what we're going to need to get out of here. We got here. There's another salmon. That should do us over. Yep, over 3 kilo Ladoga. So I'll just keep trolling here until the sun sets, and then I'll head back to the docks to turn in and get the bolo set up, put together, and we'll head to Seversky Donets. I'll experience that map for the first time with everyone. If anybody has recommendations for bait or any sort of tackle for Seversky, I am all ears. There's another decent pike. That's going to help. And my plan for tonight's Seversky trip, since it is my first time there, I'm going to be sort of exploring the map to learn the lay of the land, so to speak, and trying spinning, feeder, and float fishing out there just to see what I can get and get a feel for it. I know I got to be careful because there are sturgeon there, and I don't think I have the gear to hook one of those, so I need to be mindful of that. But hopefully it should be a fun little learning experience. Yeah, if we can just get it. Oh, here we go. This should be something halfway decent. The way that hit so hard, this may be an Atlantic salmon, so this should do the trick of getting me the silver I need. If this is an Atlantic, I'd guess it's probably about 4.5 to 5.5 kilo, somewhere in that range. Get him up to the top of the water here so we can get a sneak peek at it. Not putting up a whole lot of fight, just enough to keep things going. Yeah. Spin back around. Looks like we've got something on both of the other lines as well. So this should for sure be enough for me to go ahead and, after I reel all these fish in, go back and turn them in and make way to Safrsky Donets. This definitely feels like it's an Atlantic salmon, so this will definitely pay for what I need. Get a little bit of tea in me, get some energy back. Go. Come on up here, salmon. Alright, this should do the trick. Ooh. Definitely Atlantic. Not terribly big. I think it's probably maybe closer to 4 to 5 kilo instead of 4.5 to 5.5. We'll see. And this is on the Titan reel, so it's not quite as strong as the other two. Come on up here. Oh, it might be. It actually might be a 6 kilo Atlantic. So definitely get me the silver I need to do what I got to do to go to the Donet. Slow the reel action here just to get some energy back so I can reel this in a little more efficiently. A little coffee to help with that. Here we go. Whatever's on the other two lines at least isn't big enough to be making a racket and drawing the spool out. Almost back to green energy, then I can go back to full speed reeling here. This thing's a lot of weird running patterns though. Go. Pull it in. Hey, Furious. So, this is actually on the Titan here, not the HSV, but salmon are just, they just have so much of a muscular fight to them that really any reel they're going to be acting like they're bigger than they are. Yeah, the HSV and Titan, they are very, very similar looking reels. But on the good plus side, I'm definitely going to have enough after I pull this in to get what I need to head on over to the Donets. Finally see what that river's all about. Where are you fishing tonight? You back at Amber? Yep, here I'll try all 3 methods of fishing out there for the first trip. Just farming some carp bite rate pretty good over there right now. I didn't check to see if there was any patch notes from the server maintenance last night or if it was just maintenance. Any idea on that? No notes? Alright, so I guess it was just regular old maintenance. It's too bad. was hoping for some new content. Come on up here, Mr. Salmon. The plus side, Volkhov is active tonight, so there's that. Oh, man, this sucker's been quite a fight. Yeah, pretty good bite rate, and this was already I've had 2 Ladoga salmon, and then this guy, so if I wasn't so excited for exploring the Donets River, tonight would probably be a pretty profitable night to stick around here, but it's time for something new. Come on, salmon, get up here. This sucker just doesn't want to come up for the last little bit, does it? Ugh. This might actually end up being an 8 to 10 kilo salmon, actually. I will not complain about. Come on, come on. He went ahead and went with the alpha. I mean, it's a big cost savings. That 600 silver cost difference does absolutely noticeable for sure. And as long as you're not worried about like super long power casting or anything, I don't think you'll really see a difference. Oh, come on. I definitely do plan once I get a second HSV to do like we were talking about on an earlier stream of upgrading one and leaving one stock to see how the wear and tear compares between them. This salmon is, I was not expecting it to be this much of a fight. I figured I had like a 4 or 5 kilo one when it first hooked. Seems like it's been growing throughout the fight. But hey, more silver, more silver. I guess my Titan reel is going to be my new Adriatica. Or ooh, got some friction heat here. I do believe I may have to upgrade the friction brake grease on this reel at some point. All right, now it's starting to run towards me a little bit. Oh, jeez. Come on in here, salmon. It's a big boy, that's for sure. And so it does seem like I asked on Discord about the lure wear and tear, and it seems that your lure damage doesn't affect the chance of fish got away, but your hook damage does. And if you've got even 0.1% of wear on your hooks, you need to replace them. Apparently, even just 0.1% damage will cause a noticeable difference on fish got away rate. Very nice, 8.2 kilo salmon. Now let's reel these in and head back to the docks. There's a little pike and little perch. So let me get this aimed towards the docks, and just in case, I'll have the lines back on the water while we head back there. A little extra silver won't hurt. I got a river mussel that I'm hoping will fill a cafe order as well to help out. Wasn't expecting to get it, but I'm not going to complain if it ends up getting me a cafe order. Yeah, so with that in mind, I need to look through all of the hooks on my lures to see if maybe those are damaged a little bit, since that can really mess up your FGA. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let me just get back to trolling mode here. Apparently we got something on this line. Yeah, another 1 kilo pike. Let's see. Not counting anything we might get along the way, we've got the river mussel to hopefully do a hopefully get a cafe order. We've got 2 Ladoga salmon. This Xander's a pretty decent size, as well as this pike, so that should all be worth a decent chunk. And then this boy is going to be worth like 50 silver. So all I was looking to get was about 50 or 60 before heading to the Seversky Donets. So I will definitely have that. I also got an answer about the rod size on the bolo rods, and from what was answered to me on my question on that, it seems that the only difference seems to be the cast distance, and they said that on like the linear between the 4 and 7 meter, it won't even be that huge of a cast distance difference. So I think I'm going to just save the 50 silver and go with the 4 meter one. See a lot of people catching trophies in the chat tonight. Trophy lake trout ought to be pretty profitable. Oh boy, we got another lunker on here. No, this isn't anything crazy big. It is another Ladoga though. Almost 3 kilo. Yeah, Volkhov's it's pretty active right now. Another pike. That's some tea. There's another little asp, it looks like. Get up here. Oh no, that's a tiny Ladoga salmon. I don't think I've ever got one that small. Yeah, catching these striking at nighttime is a little unusual. I guess the server maintenance definitely seems to have awakened Volkhov. Something on that line? No. So I'm heading towards the docks here. Anytime there's a server reset for maintenance, all the lakes kind of refresh, so it's hard to tell what's active now and what's not. But here's to hoping that the Seversky Donets is good and active for our expedition out there. And we'll get lucky and grab an eel on the way to the docks here. That'd be nice. Getting some decent sized carp out there. Ran ashore. And they must have nicked the little northern tip of the island here. There we go. Get back to trolling. Not bad. That's good. It's good. So I'm going to ask, while we're working our way to the docks, I'm going to ask if anyone has bait recommendations for Swirsky. $17 frame sighted? Nice. I think the biggest, I haven't got any frame sighted, but I think leather carp, I've got like 8 kilo, and mirror carp, I got like a 12. Most of my big carp have been grass. So Terror script in game says worms to start. So that sounds like a plan to me. And I can switch it up with bloodworms and red worms too, for that matter. Another trophy rough. Now the question is, will we get any more fish between here and the docks? Doesn't look like we're going to get anything. We're about to go over the 3-meter hole here. If we don't get anything in that. Yeah, there'll be anything between here and the dock, so I can start reeling in. So are you using boilies out there on Amber this tonight, or are you using natural baits? Boilies. I wish you could craft boilies. Get like different the different flavor mixes and stuff, just like with ground bait, and make them. Apparently Belaya is where Terror Trip is catching the trophy rough at. Alright, here we go. Let's turn these in, get the bolo rod, and make our way over to the river. First check the cafe. I'm stuck on here. There we go. Again. A little clumsy here. Alright, yep. Well, it's not worth much, but hey, it's a cafe order, so. 14.5 kilo pike. That's a big pike right there. Nope, doesn't look like anything else. Here we go. 160, man, that's really good. This is that's 165 plus the cafe order, so 170 silver in less than 30 minutes. That's pretty dang awesome. Nope, I haven't done any upgrades to the alpha. It's still completely stock. All right, so we need to go check out the bolo rod. Let's follow linear. Maybe just to have that little bit of extra distance, since it's not too much more. Well, I mean, I did get a lot more silver than I was expecting to get out of this. If we're going to get a linear rod, we might as well have the best cast range we can get out of it. So let's just go all in. Bam, we did it. Hooray. All right, let's set that bad boy up. Put the Adriatico on there with some do I have that line somewhere? Okay, I need to buy some. I may have goofed there. I didn't realize I didn't have the line I need for that, but it should 8 kilo line shouldn't be very expensive. Let's get some Indiana. Yeah, 7.5. That'll do. That'll do for now, at least. There we go. The Bolo float on there. 6 kilo leader. And we'll figure out hook and bait once we make the travel. All right, on to Seversky Donets for the first time. Yep, time to bring the Adriatica off the bench. Yeah, I'm not even sure if we need leaders out here for float fishing. I guess I'll look and see what species there are for this area. So let's see. Pull up. I need to find the administration building. Very first thing. So we got a cafe. Let's take a sneak peek at the species here. So we got grass carp. Oh. Volgazander, a couple Donets rough. Clupinella. Haven't seen those before. Ah, nice. I love the model for these with the little silver sheen to them. Got shad. So everything seems relatively small. Grass carp's the only big thing on here. Let's see. So looks like okay. So we do have boat rentals. How much are they? Is that not the office? Nope, that's to get in. There you go. Boat station. All right, so 5-day boat rentals are kind of pricey, actually. 14 silver. Wonder how trolling is here. Got the fish market here. Let's see. Tackle store. Are prices normal here? Take a look at the bolo rod since we just bought one. We'll know. Yep, so prices are normal here. Appreciate that. I'll slot that on there. Was that a carp lead? I'm sure I accepted it. Let's see. Yeah. Huh. I wonder if you can only do certain types of leaders on bolos. I go 10 silver for the map. Now we can see what this area looks like. All right, so fairly narrow river. Trolling could be interesting. So we got a little pond down here. I bet that's a good spot for carp and bleak and stuff like that. We've got a deep hole over here that in the 6.5 and 7 1/3 kilo or meter holes. I bet those are where we're going to get the certain larger species. No problem. So I put the material towards it. If I had to guess, a lot of like nace and stuff like that are probably going to be in the shallower part here. Camp is down here. What else we got over here? I don't know if there's any special buildings, any special shops in this location. Got a scarecrow. with a interesting pot on the fence line. Let's see what we got up here. This looks like a bakery. Here we go. Here's something new. Some homemade bacon. What is that on top of the bacon? We got moonshine and vodka with pepper. Okay, so this looks like some rosemary and some other seasonings on top of a giant fatty slab of bacon. Interesting. And down that way, looks like just scenery. A windmill up here. Interactable. Oh, there is. You can interact with the mill. Okay. Wheat flour. Interesting. Corn flour. Wonder if those are useful for ground bait as like a large portion or something. Gives you 20 portions of corn flour. I don't know if that's any better than what you get at the grocery store or not. I remember corn and wheat flour being fairly pricey in the grocery store. Let's see. Let's look up flour. Corn flour's out of stock. Wheat flour. Okay, so wheat flour here you get 20 portions for $24.50. Let's see how much it was at the mill. And if you're buying it at Oldberg, you'd get a discount. Well, let's see. So that was $24.50. Here it's $24. So it's actually more expensive. I mean, it's a higher star rating, so I guess maybe if you don't have the skill points law, it's a higher chance of getting quality 9 or quality 10, maybe. It seems like the cheese at Quarry Lake, where it's cheaper to just buy cubed cheese as a bait than to buy the cheese there. Oh, we got another special shop here. We got some special rods and hooks and bobbers here. Looks like these are telescopics. Ultralight telescopics, interesting. Oh, so the cheese at Quarry does make better ground bait and PP. Okay, that makes sense then. So it does have a use. Let's see, so these are interesting hook sizes. I don't know what the deal exactly is with them. We got some big, these are actually pretty decent price. I guess this one's a decent price, lightweight bobber since it's got the glow in the dark. Neat design on them. Got the whole pattern to it. Take a look at the fat one here. Same pattern, yeah. It's kind of neat. Might pick one of those up someday. Is there any interaction with this building over here? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so now that we've gone through the buildings here, I think the first place we try, should we try picking up a boat and trolling on our way down to going up in here and trying the little inlet? Also, let's go ahead and look at the overall fish species here. I like to look at telescopics. So we got beluga sturgeon here with big boy baits, asp on grasshoppers and such. More big boy baits there. Okay, we've got maggots and stuff, so we can check out Shemaya. There are burbot and catfish from the looks of it. Chub, Clupanella on tiny things. Okay. Russian sturgeons on mussels and all that, so I should be okay. Shouldn't have to worry about them. Ooh, they've got wild carp here. Interesting. Lamprey. Algae, so that could be something to try for as well. Looks like a lot of small baits to try out. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll get the boat and kind of troll my way down the river until I get down here, and then we'll shimmy on up here and check out that cove, see what it's like. If I can find my way back to the docks here. Somewhere around here. Yeah, I have a pretty good bit of small baits, and I've got my shovel and scoop with me, so I can scoop up some more while I'm out there. Right, so let's go ahead and just go cheap. We'll just get a 2-day rental since we're not going full in on trolling here. And let's go with the rubber boat. A little awkward to get out of this spot. All right, so we're gonna go this direction. Let me get straightened out, and then I'll put some. I guess probably don't want to use the crank or the snatchers here. Probably want to use like some sort of flies or not flies, spinner, basic spinners. So I'll just try a few of these and see if anything hits. Do that, and let's throw green, and let's put the kilo on. All right, now this is a windy river, so might go a little bit here, but I'll probably switch to just doing the two from the bolt, the rod holders, so I can keep an eye on the turns instead of bringing the map up and turn it off constantly. I guess I can check and see if ultralight, see what sort of. Okay, so we're using something similar to that. These are all okay. So I do have that spiker, but a lot of these are not lures I'm used to seeing, so I don't really have them. Oh, got a fish though. All right, first fish of the Svertsky Donets River. A Pontic shad, big minnow. All right. Let's go and get straightened out here. Yep, something new. It may not be an Atlantic salmon, but in our hearts, it's as good as a sturgeon, right? Yeah, imagine because you can't like easily go in circles or anything, most people probably don't do trolling on this river, if I had to guess. And being as short as it is in width, you can probably just stand on the shore and just do jigging across the width of the river. Get some stuff that way. Here we go. Oh, this Keela's doing decent. It's like a chub. Yep. The other two, not so much. All right, here we go. So I guess when we get up there, I'll set the feeder up for carp, and then we'll do a little spin fishing along with the, maybe start with the telescopic and then try switching over to bringing the new bolo setup in, see what it does. Got something on the HSV. What do we got? Get up here. Another, ooh, that one's much bigger than the first one. That's actually pretty decent XP for a small fish. So the bite rate on trolling is actually better than I expected it to be. Here we've got classic perch. And 3. Straighten back out here before I recast. Here we go. This is a nice little river, though. Wonder if that's a shop you can interact with right there. Or just a random building. Let's see. Come up on a turn again here. I wonder, are you able to get over to that side of the river without a boat? Yeah, it does look like you can go, there's a bridge down there. That's good to know. Lots of algae spots along here, so there seems like there's probably a lot of spots that you can fish from, which is probably good and bad. If it's one of those places like Bear Lake or where you've got to be on an active spot, then that's not great. But maybe it's like Oldberg, where as long as you're in a spot with cover, you're going to get something. Another perch here. And let's see, we got, what is that? An asp? Yep, little 1.2 kilo asp, not too shabby. Very relaxing river. This is the kind of river I'd love to just hop on like a canoe and go down in real life and just take in the sights and relax. Hey, pumpkin seed sunfish. We got another new one here. Those are actually pretty common around here where I'm at in real life. Something else. Oh, I'm getting a really good bite rate. I don't know. I imagine these fish aren't worth much, but still fun. Another tiny pontic shad. Could be good if it was on like happy hour. Probably good enough bite rate that the get a good chance at some XP or skill gains out of it. A little cucumber action here and cast back out. Yeah, that does look like the Hobbit River. Maybe if you get in the water here, we can find the One Ring. I appreciate the follow there, Mr. Nacho. Welcome to the stream. You fellow RF4 player? Awesome. I always like to ask my first time chatters that are also R4 players what their favorite body of water to fish at is. Another, that's I guess a decent sized pumpkin seed fish. Pumpkin seed sunfish. I'm at the Seversky Donets. This is actually my first time coming to this river, so I'm currently just trolling down the river to check it out, and I'm going to come up here to this little cove to try some feeder fishing and float fishing. This is my very first time here. I just popped in here about 15 minutes ago. Volkhov is very active right now. I actually just came from Volkhov and made 170 silver in like 30 minutes. Lots of good salmon bite rate. So far, my favorite body of water is still Oldberg, but so far I'm liking this. If the feeder and float fishing here are as good of a bite rate as the trolling has been, this may become my new favorite. You're at Quarry? Good trolling there. Are you doing are you trolling there, or are you doing some feeder fishing? Core is a good consistent map. I did a lot of before I unlocked Volkhov, did a lot of trolling out there. Ooh, what is this? Hey, we got our first sichel. Ooh, that's a kind of a, I like the gradient on the scales on that. It's pretty nice. Trolling. So a recommendation I have for core that I've tried a couple times on stream. If you go to the island and cast out towards the and drop a feeder rod, casting towards that tower that's out in the distance, you can put some pieces of fish on there. You can catch a lot of burbot that way at night. So I did that a lot at nighttime to supplement the trolling. It works pretty well. But what I find if it's raining there, stick to the shallower parts of the water, and you can tend to catch trout and stuff along like the outskirts. Another pumpkin seed. Definitely a great bite rate on this trolling. I was not expecting that. I didn't expect trolling to be at all effective on this river. So far, I am enjoying the Donets. You have a favorite style of fishing? I know trolling, especially at low level, is like for XP and silver per hour, just blows everything else out of the water for efficiency. But for me, my favorite type of fishing is fishing for carp. Some feeder. Which is why I'm working my way towards the cove here to try some float and feeder fishing. But I definitely underestimated this trolling. I mean, I don't know that these fish are going to be worth much, but it's a nice variety of species. Pretty good bite rate. Something on the HSV and the Alpha here. Seems like pretty much every time I go past a patch of algae, I'm getting a hit. Yeah, if wild carp are a good fight, I'm really looking forward to that. Another pontic shad. Make sure I'm heading straight for the shoreline here. What do we got? What do we got? Another pumpkin seed sunfish. So I bet cafe orders are, this is probably a really good map for cafe orders, honestly, because a lot of it was like the small fish that are usually pretty easy to target. So that's something to keep in mind. What a weird looking tree branch there. There's the campsite, so that's about where we need to turn. We've got an ad break coming up in 15 seconds here. This is just a once per hour ad break to prevent pre-roll ads, so subscribers appreciate the support as always. Those that are not will be here through the ads and after. Another sunfish there. Where's my turn? Where is my turn? Almost there. Yeah, absolutely. And core, like honestly, if you, especially if the char are hitting on the trolling, it's great. There's a common roach. First one of those out here. All right, here's my turn. Let's see. Get this lined up before I cast another one. Boy, this bite rate is pretty phenomenal. I mean, I'm sure these fish are all worth like less than 1 silver, but still fun. Definitely would be good for getting skill point gains, though. Absolutely, yeah. The core char, we get one of those on. Those are the Savan trout. I love getting either of those on because it's such good XP and silver. All right, here we go. Gets this out. Yeah, if you want to try some burbot fishing out there, that spot on the island is really good. What I actually was doing was at nighttime, I'd leave one feeder out there for burbot, and then I would just troll in circles around the island until I heard the bells ring, and I'd go reel that in, cast it back out, do that. It worked pretty well for nighttime fishing out there. And sometimes you can get char, the regular char that way as well, which is really good. Got another fish on the HSV here. And apparently got something on this on the way in. Another little shad. I think I'm about to hit the shore here. Straightened out. There's another Citral. I don't know. I don't know if this may become one of my favorite maps if the rest of the fishing on here is as varied as the trolling has been. Because that's one thing I really like. That's part of why I love Oldberg so much, is when you can catch a good variety of fish and you're not just catching the same 3 fish over and over again. That's what I love most. Yeah, Model 1 is I've got the Model 1 and the HSV right here. This is a Belmore Omega with an Alpha 8000, and this is an S80 with a Titan on it. And my Bolo rod that I just purchased, I've got my upgraded Adriatica on there. Should be fun. The Adriatica has kind of become a meme on my channel. I've put it through the ringer so many times. It's become kind of a legendary reel for us. Another, let's see, we've got a perch here. Which this Belmore, if you've never seen this rod, it's a really nice looking rod. It's got that wood engraving on there. Really like it. It's let's see. Hit the shoreline. Let me just back up a little bit here. Yeah. And let's see, we've got Cat looking to be it on camera here. Say hello to everyone there, Lex. Ugh. All right, get this cast back out. So another thing we discuss a lot on this channel is upgrading reels. It's kind of generally people don't recommend it, but I think from the that's a lot of times from the perspective of like the most people that go for the most efficient XP and silver per hour, because at that point you're going to upgrade reels before you, or to a new reel altogether before you even need to worry about it. But for a casual player, I think reel upgrades are really good. We discovered that with the Adriatica. I upgraded it. You definitely have to upgrade the grease as well, but so with the Adriatica as an example, if you get the highest tier upgrade for it plus a grease to match, it comes out to like 450 silver, and it basically is as good as the Saber 60 at that point for half the cost. So for a casual player, I think that reel upgrades are definitely something to consider. And the other option, the other advantage to that is that reels have a built-in mechanic that's kind of not advertised well, and that smaller reels have a higher bite rate, similar to like how ultralights do, ultralight rods. So the Adriatica counts as a lighter reel, so you're getting that bonus bite rate, but upgrading the friction brake means that the fight's not as bad. So you end up basically getting a Saber 60 with a higher bite rate too, for half the cost. Navigate around this before I try to reel that in. This I don't think this bridge is up to code. I don't know about you guys. I might have to call in an engineer to inspect this. All right, let's go ahead and reel this in. Getting close to the cove where I can go ahead and park and start doing some feeder and float fishing. And I'll do some regular spin casts along or across the way while I do. Yeah, I bet that's a really good spot for bleak, because the bleak tend to favor areas with wooden posts. So I bet if there's a good bleak order up, that's a perfect spot for it. Let's see, got 22 fish so far. Oh, got another hit on the Alpha there. Nope, we're not even bothering to look to see what sort of lures things bite on out here. We're doing pretty well. Just kind of threw 3 random spinners out there. Hey, there's our first heron. That's a. Well, those are some nice bright red fins. I like that one. Wonder what the larger size ones look like. Very nice. So it looks like a lot of grass cover here, so I imagine it's good for pike in addition to carp. So for quarry, I haven't had a ton of luck with minnows out there. I know when the quarry char are active, they prefer minnows, which I've used handmade balsa for that a little bit. There's a marker Terran, so it's a more orange colored fins when they get bigger. There's a spinfish again. Usually I just stick to the basic spinner. So my setup out there is I use, actually what I've got on this one, I have a blue Christmas spinner out there that works really well pretty much all the time. If it's raining, I'll use the spiker that's green with the black dots. I don't remember the numbers of them off the top of my head. And otherwise, I will rotate between the yellow spiker with black dots and I think what I have on this, nope, it's on this line here. This particular Aquila, the 003, and at nighttime, if you can get some solid black handmade spinners, those tend to do really well at nighttime there. All right, so the terrain's getting a little bit tree covered here. I don't want to bring this all the way into the cove, so I'll probably go start heading towards the shore up by that tree up there and find a nice spot to start doing our shoreline fishing. Yeah. Yep, let me pull my inventory up here. I'll show you the exact ones that I've been using, which I don't have lure making myself. I had these provided by a viewer at some point. But these, yeah, black handmade spinner baits right here. So these at nighttime tend to do really well out there. And I imagine, so this is the Christmas one I use. It's blue with white markings. So if you can make or find a similar spinner that's got the blue with white dots, I'd recommend trying that, or if you've happen to have this Christmas one, because this is usually my most active lure when I'm trolling out there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and reel this in and start heading to shore to set up the bolo and feeder rods. Let's see, right over here. You do have one, yeah. That blue snowflake has been phenomenal for me out there. Can I get out here? Uh-oh. Is there... Interesting. I see a trail over there. Maybe I can get out on this side? Everything's kind of marshy? Interesting. Okay, looks like there's some sand over there. Let's see if I can disembark over on that side. Some lily pads here should be a good spot. There we go, I can get off here. Excellent. Okay, so, the deep spot's over here, so let's move down to this side. We've got a branch, some grass. Here we go. Okay, so if I cast through here, this should be a good spot for, I imagine, fin fishing. We've got some lily pads over there. I can go for the feeder. And we can set a bolo up towards the middle. Let me get everything set here. We'll leave the we'll leave that on there, I guess. Take this off, take this off, put the... Let's put the bolo rod on number 2, and let's get a feeder set up with the alpha, and actually take the reel off of something to get that set up. Since we are going to go for carp, we do want a decent reel on there. So actually, just for that reason, I'm actually going to take the HSV off of this for now and put it on one of my feeder rods. Put on the Fortuna here with the line on. All right, so if we're going for carp, let's keep make sure we've got a regular carp mix in. Let's swap up to a where are all my good hooks at? Let me check through my lines here. Somewhere I've got some better hooks. There we go. So take that off of there. It's not a... So we got the size 1 Bloody Series hook. And let's see what the carp are hitting on out here right now. Weekly records. Wild carp all the way at the bottom. Boilies, of course. All right, let's switch to telescopic. This is my trick for figuring out what they hit on that's not boilies. Usually, I can figure it out doing this. Night crawlers don't have any of these really. So with that said, let's just try. I guess. What do you guys think? Should I put? Oh, I guess I do have some night crawlers. All right, we'll put some of those on then. We've got that set up. There's a lot of small fish, so I'm gonna actually take the leader off of the bolo setup here. And let's put like a size 19 hook on with some yeah, let's do some maggots. I know there's a lot of stuff that hits on maggots out here. And then we've got this set up. I don't know if... Let's try some jigging, actually. I haven't done any jigging in a while. Put a good spoon on here. Do I have any good spoons? Not really. Guess we'll give this a... Yeah, we'll just keep it on a spinner, I guess. Alright, so spinner on line 1. And feeder on line 3. There we go. Anyone want to guess what the clip is over to that? I'm going to guess it's about 18 meters. Let's give it a shot. A little bit further. Looks like it's probably, yeah, 20, I think is be right on the money there, Furious. I really wish that feeder rods would just default to retrieval speed 50, because you're never really going to want it to be less than that. There we go. Grab some tea. All right, now for the bolo setup here. I guess we'll do the same, just put it over there by the lily pads. Seems like the right thing to do. Ooh, this is a very shiny rod. How did that only cast that far? What, is my test undersized here? No, I could only get out over on... there may be a way to, like, walk around to that side. I'm not sure, but it was all marshy over there, so I couldn't get to the shoreline to get off. Let me check my test on this, because something's up with the casting here. So this is 5 to 35. That's 4 grams. I may actually need to pick up a larger bobber at some point, because I'm just under 5 gram test on this. Do I have a heavier bait I can put on, maybe? I got mayfly larva. That's a little bit bigger. That should fix it. There we go. Okay, so before I go casting the spinning rod out, let me just see what the bite rate looks like on the feeder, since I have to sort of babysit that one if it's a high bite rate. No action yet. Okay, so I think we should be fine going ahead and doing a little spin casting. And for that, I guess I'll sort of go to like 85% on. Ugh. Okay, this one, I definitely need to put a heavier lure on. My test is way undersized on it. This is 20, so I need to get a big boy lure on here. I guess I will switch to a spoon. We'll try this one. Actually, let's try the blue Kapuna Hunter. See how that does. Oh, we got a hit on this though. Now I guess we're gonna have to get used to with the bowl. I'm used to for float fishing using the telescopic, so I just left click and pull it up. I've got to get used to actually setting the hook on this when it goes down. Hopefully I didn't lose the bait. May have though. The retrieval speed to 50 on this one also. I really need to get a glowing bobber as well. Here we go. Nope. Okay, so that didn't do the trick. Let me recast this. 735 and wow, that's nice, Furious. That's a hefty prop there. Did you get any cafe orders? Was that just raw fish market price? Very nice. That's some good profit right there. Oh, I think we got something on the feeder. Maybe I saw a little bit of movement in the line. Might have just been a bite. Just fish market. Very nice. Does Amber tend to have any good cafe orders out there, or is it kind of like Volkhov, where it's generally just raw fish market? All right, so let me go ahead and try jigging real quick. Here's my retrieval speed on this. Probably need a fairly low retrieval speed because this is a fairly low current, so you guys got some easy carp orders. Well, I would hope so, since it is the carp lake. This is the hardest part of spin fishing initially, is trying to find the right speed to do everything to get those jig and step actions. I got a clip set on this. No wonder I couldn't get it out there. It's been a long time since I've done any jigging on here, honestly. First, let me get this clip taken off and put something on here. Okay, we got our first catch with the bolo rod. It is a roach. Oh, hey, I completed a challenge. That's something, guess. Let's see. I want to check this because I think, no, tighten the line up. Still nothing on there. No. Okay. So it's nighttime now. Let's try swapping over to a smaller feeder rod to go along with that. That way I can focus on the float fishing. Get this up to length. Let's actually go with 21 meters. Get a little further out on here. So this one's line 1. Kind of feels like it right now. That's the it's not trying to learn all this. Who knows what we're doing. Trolling was pretty effective though, so at least there's that. Oh, you know what? This is also probably a problem. I completely forgot to set the float depth. That thing was basically on the bobber. All right, so the deep part is 4 meters, so I guess let's just do a little trial and error to see if we can find the depth. Okay, so 1 meter. Let's bring it up to 1.5. We'll go a little bit deep. Let's try 2 meters. Is that too deep? Okay, so 2 meters is too deep, so guess we'll stick to about, let's try 1.5 maybe. Nope, still too shallow. Okay, so I guess we'll just keep it right at 1 meter then. I wish you could just type in the float depth. All right, I guess we'll go back over there. Right in center. What is that sound? Weird. Sound like someone was blowing into the top of a bottle or something. And this feels like it's got a ghost snag. Yep, it did. Fix that up. What bait did I have? Oh, that's the pieces of fish. I need to get a glow-in-the-dark bobber for this, I imagine. Yeah, probably Bigfoot. Yep, he's out there playing a mean jug. At some point, I probably need to do some research on the best strategies for float and feeder fishing out here. This cove seemed like a good, like it would be a good spot though. I mean, it's kind of like quiet, away from the current and everything, but who knows? Who knows? There he's blowing the jug again. I see Terror Trip got a weekly record quarry char. Very nice. Boy, this bite rate definitely feels like mosquito, doesn't it? This keeps up. I may have to hop back on the boat, go back to trolling. Dang. Well, I guess while that's doing, let me look through the telescopic records on here again, get a feel for stuff. We're going after, let's say, all right, so Citral on maggots. So somewhere, so we were getting a lot of them out in the where the current is. So we might go try some of those spots. Grass carp. Ooh, diced potatoes, you say? I might swap the bait over to potatoes for that. What about nace? What are they working on here? Honey dough, worms, larva. Yeah, I'm sure this spot's probably like good for some certain species, but probably not what we're after. All right. Let me bring this in and swap it over to diced potatoes. See if we can't land a nice grass carp on here. The old Oldberg standby potatoes. I guess I'll continue holding on to this in case something hits. And now we wait. Could also be that it's nighttime, so maybe there's a completely different strategy for night out here. I imagine along the main river where there's a lot of current, there's probably a good bite rate for like mussels and stuff like that. Crayfish, maybe. I might even try my my ultralight spinning setup for doing just some spinning. All right, potatoes. Give me a nice grass carp or wild carp. Here we go. A little grassy here. Look at that, our first grass carp of the night. Bringing out the carp emoji. Not a big grass carp, but hey, I'll take it. Yeah, it was actually not a bad bite rate either. I mean, that was within a minute or two of casting it, so that's a good sign. I'm gonna try a different bait on the float setup here. Try. I mean, maggots seem like a good bait. Let's try some honey dough though. No hits on the pieces of fish line. All right. I'm going to actually switch this to potatoes. Whoa. That ran off with it. Here we go. Now we're talking. Uh-oh. I think it ran me into a snag. Maybe. Yeah, this is... Pretty sure this is a snag. And these are the kind of snags you don't really escape from. Sometimes I can break free of these doing a little bit of this action. Well, shoot. That's unfortunate. Gonna have to relog, I think, because there's no getting out of this. Nope. Well, shucks. Guess I'll troll down the river again. that love RF4, but they need to fix that. They need to make snags not something that pretty much force you to relog. Because tackle is too expensive to ever cut the line, and you're basically never going to break free of them. Well, I guess I'll get everything back up for trolling then. I guess to avoid having to move reels around, let me just go ahead and put my ultralight out here. Guess we'll see if trolling at nighttime is any good here now. All right, I need to put you on 1, you on 2, and you on 3. Go. I'm also kind of curious about this deeper spot here. Yeah, I check it every now and then if I'm looking for, especially like if I'm going to like Bear Lake or something like that. I'll check it out. I haven't looked at it for this river at all. Figured I'd go in completely blind the first time to try and just get a feel for the river as a whole. All right, figure this out. Switch this to that. And throw this out. All right, so I'm gonna go down here to check out that really deep hole just to see what the area looks like, and then I'll turn around and go back down the river. It seems like having some of those larger baits like the beetle larva and shrimp and whatnot would be very good here, though, to go after some of the larger fish species. Right along. Nope. Got something. Little nighttime chub. Almost a kilo. Too bad. Surprised there's sturgeon out here. This seems like a very small and shallow river for sturgeon. I would assume they're going to be in like this hole down here in the 7/3 meter hole. Yeah, I think I have heard people mention drift fishing here. I mean, trolling was effective, but yeah, just throwing some floats out and doing the drift seems like it'd be decent. I think drift is basically just throwing either a lure or a bobber out and just letting the current take it. Alright, so now we're getting into a little 4-meter depth stretch. Which, in this area, using something like a snatcher or a minnow or something might not be bad. Let's just swap to one real quick just to see. Throw on, we'll go with an orange snatcher. Boy, this lure has taken a beating. How's the hook on it? Hook. The hooks aren't worn at all. Lure sure is taking a beating though. Alright, so let's see if that attracts any hits as we go through this deeper section. Definitely a very peaceful river though. It seems like the 3-meter depth on this snatcher may be a little too deep for this section. It keeps bumping the bottom. Yeah, if I can find... Oop, got a hit on here. Yeah, if I can find a hotspot naturally, that'd be pretty exciting. Alright, what we got here? Looks like another chub. Yep, a little tiny one. I'm going to cast that far out. Alright, so we're coming up on the 7-meter bend. Actually, I wonder if I switch to a balsam minnow out here. Hey, we got a raid. Appreciate that, Fire Dragon. Hey, Spyware. How you doing? Appreciate that raid there, Fire. Everyone welcome out here. Just doing a little bit of exploring the Donets River for the first time. Not really sure what the strategy is out here, but I figured I'd come see what the river looks like. So I'm trying some spinning, float fishing, and feeder fishing, doing the whole variety. Hello there, Tasty Unicorn. Welcome to the stream. Any of you that are fellow RF4 players, I always like to get a feel for what your favorite body of water to fish on is. Appreciate that follow there, Marseille. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're just learning the Donets River, seeing what it has to offer. So far, had some luck trolling on it, but not a whole lot of luck on the float or feeder fish department on account of getting a snag and having to relog. But always fun to check out these new locations I haven't been to yet. So how you been, Spyware? Doing any fishing today? Alright, so the 7-meter hole, I assume, is probably where sturgeon are. Get some carp. Very nice, very nice. Was doing a little bit of Volkhov trolling before heading out here, and it was very active. Got almost 100, I think it was like 130, 170, something like that, silver in half an hour. So that was enough to get me what the bolo rod I needed and whatnot to head out here. Really have no idea what the strategy is for Donets. I decided I'd come in blind and just try exploring the map, see what it was all about. Switch back to a spinner on here since that rod doesn't seem to be doing much. Oh no, it wasn't an hour and a half. It was just a half an hour is what I got that in. Got something on line 2. Yeah, started the started the trolling off with an 8 kilo salmon, so you know that was a big chunk of it right there. Get up here. Got a little 1 kilo almost chub. Had quite a few around 3.5 kilo Ladoga salmon as well. You got any tips for Seversky Donets River? Originally, so I trolled down here and went up to the cove to try some float and feeder fishing, and did catch one little grass carp, but then I got something on the line that snagged me and had to restart, so I decided to check this side of the river out. It's dead from all accounts at the moment. Well, I mean, it was pretty active trolling out here. I mean, it wasn't large fish, but I was catching a good variety of species back to back. So a little Pontic shad, which I may, once I get up to the end here, I'm going to set these back up to. So right now I'm using like an ultralight. I'll get my HSV and all that back out and go back to some proper trolling to get back to an area to try some float and feeder fishing. Now this is about what I was having earlier, just back-to-back hits. It's a good bite rate. It's not large fish, but this is something. So far, I'm doing good. The weather has been pretty crummy here, though. It's been basically nothing but rain and thunderstorms all week. How's it out your way? Yeah. See if I can't. Hoping to at least catch a nace or a dace. Those are always fun to look at when you reel them in. We're just about to this end of the map. Going back in New York City, so are you in Manhattan or one of the outer boroughs out there? Oh, no worries, Tasty. It's let's see. So this is Pontic shad. Yeah, this is the level. What level is this unlock at? 22 river, I think. Got something on line 2 again. Yeah, I mean the bite rate when trolling out here is really good. So I'm hoping that a bleak. Didn't expect to get that on the lure. Hoping to at least be able to fill some decent cafe orders. Oh, I'm 800 or 900 miles from New York City, but I was up there just in February actually flew up there for a couple days to go see Phantom of the Opera's final run out there on Broadway. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start turning this around and get my rods set back up to how I want them. Bring this in. Bring this in. Oh, okay. Well, that works. Nothing like a good unexpected bite. Alright, so I may need to... I don't think I need to switch to trolling to get this in. Should be alright. I think I'm drifting towards it anyways. It's, ooh, decent sized chub it looks like. Oh, no, it was an eyed, okay. Let me just turn this around and get my proper rods back in the water. Alright, so I want to get the Model 1 set back up with the HSV. And it's really the only change I need to make, so put that on here. There we go. Okay. Back to trolling. This clip set up to 12 meter. There we go. Line 2. There we go. And line 3. Oh, nope. Thought we had something on line 1 already. And no, don't have any, I think we do have something on there actually. Don't have any teas out tonight. Actually had some coffee shop visit right before hopping on stream, so I didn't want to over caffeinate myself. But last stream we had some delicious sugar cookie tea, which is a milk thistle and barley base with orange peel and vanilla bean. Delicious little specialty seasonal tea. Another Pontic shad. So yeah, it seems like for if the cafe orders are decent, trolling is a pretty good way to catch a wide variety of species on here, which I like. There's a decent Pontic shad, almost 200 gram. Oh, nice. So there's a good burbot spot out here as well. To keep an eye out that when it comes to nighttime. I've already got a rod set up for them. Love catching those. 5 pounds, a nice chunky one too. Oh boy, 11 grams. That's a pretty fish though. First clupanilla I've caught. Pretty sure the hook weighs more than the fish, but you know, it's all right as long as it looks pretty. I feel like I probably would fare well from having a set of ultralights for this river. It'd probably be pretty good XP. Out here using an HSV and an Alpha 8000 to Titan seems like total overkill. There's another shad. I think I'm heading towards... Yep. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Yeah, it seems... someone told me that they once caught a... boy, I can't get off this shoreline. Apparently someone once caught a gudgeon using a live rough as bait, which is hilarious. It's like the bait was literally a larger fish. All right, back on track here. Stay away from that shoreline. Yeah, well, these fish may not be worth much on their own. I do like just catching a wide variety of fish. Downside of like trolling quarry or Volkhov, it's very efficient for money and XP, but you're just catching the exact same 3 fish basically the whole time. I like getting a wide variety of stuff. Looks like we got a sunfish. Yep, little pumpkin seed sunfish there. Yeah, it definitely seems like it'd be a really good ultralight river. Maybe one day I'll have to put together some more ultralight setups for it. But according to the map info, it's supposed to be really good for float fishing. And so once I figure out the strategy to that, I put together a bolo rod just for it. The cats are sleepy today. Lex made an appearance on camera earlier. He's asleep on the other side of the desk right now. When it's rainy, they tend to just lounge around and sleep the whole day. I mean, that's pretty much what they do when it's sunny too, to be fair. Absolutely. Loves the camera. Well, here comes, I spoke her name. Here comes Alicia now. You ready for your nightly appearance, Alicia? You're gonna kick me in the face if I pick you up? Come on, baby girl. There we go. Just for a second. There you go. She does not like being picked up as much, so I can only sort of lift her up for a second. Then she gets all kicky. Of course, she likes to sit in front of the monitor and make it difficult for me to see the screen. No bites in a minute here. Is she all taking a nap? That's right. She hears me talking about fish. She wants some. Though to be perfectly honest, they neither of these cats seem to like fish at all. I've tried tuna and salmon with them. Well, I have nothing of it. They prefer chicken. You're not. I guess they're a lot like me in that regard. I'm not much of a fish eater myself, so they pick up on that from me. All right, coming around the bend here. About to go back by the docks. So, does anybody know if there's an advantage to the milled flour you can get here? Like if it's better for ground bait or something than the standard grocery bought flour? Okay, the burbot spot. Okay, so I'm guessing like right along in here for the burbot then? Good to know. So I guess like, yeah, probably this like wide 6 meter pit. Okay, right here, okay. That makes sense. That's really close to shore too, so it'd be good if there's like a burbot cafe order. Got something online too here. Looks like a perch. Whoa, what just happened? We got flying fish on board here. All right, you get straightened back out. So does anybody know which area this so-called goods float fishing should be done at? I assumed it was back here in the cove, but I wasn't having a whole heck of a lot of luck there. Well, luckily I do have a boat ticket, so once it gets closer to night, I'll head back up there and give it a try. Right now we're like right up on the midday, so I'm not imagining the burbot will be hitting. Let's see. I imagine actually this whole area right here is probably good for some of the smaller species like the dace and whatnot for float fishing. I imagine this 6.5 meter hole down here isn't bad for some larger fish as well. Maybe like some catfish or something down in that hole. Down south by the Pontic Shad there. Okay, so yeah, there's like a ferry right here, so... Okay, yeah, give it a try over to by the camp and whatnot. I'll give that a shot. Boating in that direction anyways. Come on up here. Another citron. Man, that's such a... I almost like it better than the Nace. It's a really nice looking model with that gradient there. And it's got that like tuna shape to its mouth. Yeah, we'll head down towards the camp area and try some float fishing there. There's another situation. Yeah, that whole like tuna shape that goes kind of hooked upwards like that. Interesting to see on a freshwater fish. I think we got something on there right away, actually. Nope, I guess not. It just looked like there was a fish on there. Alright. Get away from the shore here. Aesthetically, though, I really like the look of this map. If I can start figuring out the strategy out here, it may surpass Old Berg as my favorite spot. I mean, for pure silver, Volkhov has been my best bet, but I'm all about the fun of the fishing rather than the efficiency. All right, we got here. Looks like one of those Terrans. No, a Rudd. Okay, first Rudd I've caught. Looks very much like the Terran or Taran, however it's pronounced. Lots of new species for me out here. There's an asp, not too bad. Alright, so yeah, once we get around the corner here out towards the camp, we'll head to the shoreline and try some floating feeder fishing down there. Alright, fish on right away there. Another citral. Yeah, absolutely. Like it's every now and then, like if I'm going to Volkhov, got something there. Then like Volkhov or Quarry, I'll go to when I'm in the spot and need some silver to buy like a new reel or something. But I like to just relax and explore the maps, try all sorts of different fishing out, just enjoy it. Come up around the corner here. Let me check my keep net actually, make sure I'm up. Oh, about to have an ad break here. That's just to prevent the pre-rolls for an hour. And those of you that are subscribers will be ad-free. Appreciate the support. And the rest of you, we will be here through and after the ads. Something biting that one. Looks like it was just a ripple there. So what do you think, Furious? Do we have a contender for Oldberg and Stepersky Donets? It's got grass carp, and you know how we both love the grass carp. All right, got a fish on line 2 here. Little chub. Nope, another eyed. Those two look so similar when reeling in because of the red dorsal fins. Got something on. I'm just kind of using random spinner baits too, and this is a wide variety of species I'm catching for just 3 random spinners. Definitely like that. Alright, coming around this bend here. Definitely seems like spinners and maybe top waters would be really good here compared to spoons, which I may actually look into some. I have enough skill to use topwater now, so I need to look into picking one up to try. Little chub there. Anyone been fishing out at the Norwegian Sea today? Sharp turn in here. Fish on. Yeah, this is a really good bite rate. It's just a small fish, but if they can fill cafe orders, ought to be pretty good. Same level? Okay. Yeah, I've taken 2 of the trips out there, 2 of the 3 trips you can take. And that's pretty fun. I about didn't make a ton of silver on them. I think maybe like 1,300 each time, but made really good XP. And looking forward to getting out there again. I'm probably going to, at some point, get the unlimited access to go out there and fish from the shoreline. That's a decent little chub, 1.2 kilo. But definitely looking forward to when I can go out there more regularly. Get used to this map, and then I'm going to have to learn Sura, because I have it unlocked as well, and haven't been there before, so definitely looking forward to trying that, especially since it's got a lot of carp species, and I love carp fishing. Right here. On the line. Yeah, it was the gold bot tours you can take with all the rental equipment. Although I did have, get on up here, pike. There we go, 1.3 kilo. I did get the blue lurker to use out there, and it did all right. But I also lost each of the 2 trips. I lost a lurker to a something biting through the leader. Yeah, it was about 13. Well, I guess it was probably like one of them. I think was 1,200 silver. One was 1,400 silver. So I'm just calling it an average of 1,300, which for the rental equipment's pretty good. But I was mostly there for XP. I did that to get to like basically jump from level 14 to 20, so I could get access to Volkhov quickly. Little Pontic shad there. But I figure if I get the unlimited access, then and just fish from the shoreline, since the boat rentals out there are so expensive, that could be a fun little side adventure now and then. Oh, we got fish flying again. What's going on here? Hello, Citron. Well, appreciate the follow there, Musuka. Much appreciated. Oh yeah, the anniversary like that, because I had the free happy hour and it was pretty cool. A lot of people got some good gains out of that. A little sunfish. I've still got a few of my anniversary cakes here. Yeah, I really close that view. This is a really good bite rate. I'm hoping that I can fill some cafe orders with all these fish I've got. And I've gone and run ashore again. Not a lot of room for error when trolling through here, is there? Straighten back out. There we go. All right, so what are we up to? We're up to 60 fish already. That's that keep net's filling up fast. And add another one to it. It's like a perch. Yep. All right, there's the camp. So let's reel these in and see if we can find a good spot to set up for floating feeder fishing over here. Oh, I had a fish on there apparently. Little perch. All right, let me back this up. There we go. Okay, so the ferry you mentioned was a good spot over here where it's a decent hole. If I cast out towards it, the current should take it on down there. Yes, like right around here. Is there a spot for carp? That spot might actually work, or even right here, possibly. Okay. So let me pull out a smaller setup here. Actually, for carp, that's going to be a little risky. Let me... I have the Adriatic on right now. On the bowling news. All right, so for float fishing, anybody have suggestions for bait or depth? Oh, hello there, Musaka. On Quarry for the first time. Yeah, Quarry is a great lake for it's kind of your introduction to trolling, and it's super effective. And I have a very good tip out there if you've got a feeder rod to use. If you go to the island out towards the southeast part of the map, and you can get off your boat there and cast towards the tower out in the distance. Put some pieces of fish on there. It's a great spot for char and burbot during the night. So at nighttime, I'll usually put one feeder rod on the island to do that and just circle the island with trolling. And if I hear the bells going off, I'll go reel in whatever on the feeding rod. But otherwise, just trolling around that whole map with some spinners is just a great, consistent way to make money. Good chance for carp at the 6-meter pit as well. Okay, good to know. So I did catch a grass carp down that way around some lily pads. So I'm going to try putting some potatoes out by these lily pads. But let me get a decent setup for carp on there. I'll use the HSV to be safe. Which one of these has my hook on it? This one. With the HSV on here. It's already got the potatoes on. I'm going to guess that's probably about we'll go with a 9-meter clip, probably. Yeah, we'll go with 10. Ooh, put my ground bait on. What am I thinking? Carp ground bait. There we go. Okay, well, we better switch down to like an 8-meter actually. So, Musaka, do you have you're on Quarry? You like it so far? Do you have a favorite lake that you've been to so far? If it's not Quarry, I always like to get a feel for everybody's favorite bodies of water are. For me, this one is quickly becoming my favorite, but otherwise, Oldberg. Even though it's not as efficient, I just love carp fishing. There we go. Nightcrawler on a large 1 hook for burbot and carp. Okay. Yep, pieces of fish. I do have those available. So when I go up to do some burbot fishing towards nighttime, I'll set those up. Let me get my Bolognese rod here. And I guess I can go for smaller fish on this. And the depth out here can be pretty deep. So I'm actually going to take the clip off of here so it can drift and bring this up to like a 2-meter depth, I guess. And let's just throw some, I don't have any night crawlers to use on, I can't use night crawlers on these yet, so I guess I will try a regular worm. Let's go to red worm. Just let this kind of drift down the river and do its thing. Okay, 2-meter maybe too deep. You like Belaya? Yeah, so Belaya is one of those rivers I found that's either it's really great for people and they love it, or it's just you have no luck there. I'm one that has no luck there, but then I see other people that just catch trout and stuff left and right out there, which looks awesome. For some reason, it just that lake just seems to not like me very much. I'll bring this back down to I guess just 1 meter depth, and let the drift carry it on downstream. There we go. And actually, I'm gonna leave the reel open probably. Is the drift carrying that off? Yeah, I like Oldberg because it's got. I love carp fishing. Also, like it's one of those lakes where you can pretty much go cast anywhere and you'll get some sort of fish to it. Hey, Samurai, how's it going? Wacky rig for the Donets. Okay. Yeah, I've been having some pretty good luck trolling. Been busy? Yeah, it's a busy summer for a lot of people this year. Yeah, I've been trying some other games too in between. Been mostly doing the RF4 for my nighttime streams and doing other stuff during the day. All right, let me try getting it out here, see if it drifts a little better. There we go. Now the current's carrying it. Yeah, I had pretty good luck trolling out here. Got a quite a bit of fish doing that. See if I can't get some grass carp here and stuff. Yeah, I've been trying well, I'm trying Mortal Online just for that series I've mentioned in the past of doing like a fisherman series on an open loop PvP game for fun. But also, I don't have a good setup for getting the cast distance on this. And also some No Man's Sky with some friends. Yeah, I haven't seen you on Big Time. Am I still liking that? Gotten any good NFTs out of it? Nope, I think I'm getting a bite on here. This is the only problem with like trying to juggle multiple setups on float fishing is that you really have to be ready when something's hitting that float rod. Got a few NFTs, that's good. That's good. I don't know if this is just dragging along the bottom or if something's nibbling it. It's acting very weird. Thinking it's dragging the bottom though. Been kind of consistently bobbing up and down. Yeah, I can imagine. Let me just recast this and set the depth a little bit more shallow. I haven't, so I looked into it. And it's just not my, not quite my flavor of MMO. I used to be big into like the tab targeting action MMO stuff like that, like ESO and FF14 stuff like that, but not as much these days. So I know it's got like the limited keys you have to give out. So you're better for those to go to someone that'll definitely get a lot of playtime out of it. I don't think it's something that I'm be able to get into as much. Glad you're having a good time with it though. Hope you get some of the juicy NFTs on it. Oh, that's nice. Get some craft ones. I wonder how those will go over. Not much in the NFT market myself. Apparently, I've got some crypto holdings I've got, and apparently everything's up to date because my phone's been blowing up with notifications from my holdings going up. So that's nice to see. No financial advice. There you go. That's the way to do it. Just play for fun, and if you make something off of it, a little bit of a cherry on top, right? Oh, here we go. It's going to be a struggle for me to get used to having to set the hook on a float since I'm so used to using a telescopic. Dang, that's a pricey NFT there. All right, I think whatever was biting it didn't latch on. Something I need to get back into one of these days. I was, for a while, I was doing trading card sales. I was mainly selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'd go get crates of new sets and then sell stuff on the TCG player, and made some decent money doing it. But more importantly, I love the pack opening feeling, seeing getting the rares and stuff like that. So it was just fun to open things, see what pulls I get, and then supplying those to the players that use them. Need to get back into that one of these days. I've actually got like a stack of rares I've got set aside to sell at some point down the road. Maybe that's something I can do for one of my streams one day, is show off the, at this point, thousands of Yu-Gi-Oh cards I've got piled up. Nice. Yeah, you pull one of those, I bet those will be really valuable. Yeah, I'm not sold on this this strategy here for the float fishing. I'm going to, this spot does not seem to be working for me. It is getting late, so I'm going to head back to that 6-meter spot that that Unicorn mentioned to try to get some burbot. Okay, so kind of like a get into it now or miss out type of deal. Makes sense. Drive some interest into the game early on. All right, let's see. Back into the water here. All right, so since it's getting pretty close to dark, instead of trolling, I'm actually going to... Is there an audio setting to like lower the volume specifically of the boat engine? Ooh, yeah. I don't know which one it is. Apologize for the boat volume, but I'm just going to rush up to the... Actually, you know what? I have a better strategy. Since it's right there by the start of the map, let's just relog into it. Shortcut. Yeah, those engines are noisy as heck. Yeah, I'll ask some people I know that are more traditional MMO fans, see if they're interested. Like I said, I watched some videos of it and did a little bit of research onto it. Of course, it's just not something I don't think I'd get a lot of play out of, so I wouldn't want to use up one of those passes for that reason. But I'll certainly ask around because I do have some friends that are big MMO players. Okay, so that's pretty far out there, so I think we're gonna have to use the boat to get a good... Actually, it looks like I might be able to... Maybe I can get on the bank over there. Let's check it out and see. Yeah. But I'm also with the with No Man's Sky, Mortal Online 2, and Monster Hunter. I've got a couple friends that are getting into Sunbreak a year later, so I'm been hopping back into that to help them out. My gaming time's been pretty taken up on that stuff. All right, maybe I can't get on the shoreline over here. Oh, yeah, okay, I can. All right, 6-meter holes like right here, I guess. Any idea what the clip might be on that? It's pretty close, probably like a, I don't know, 9 meters out. That's the exact spot. All right, let me get my tackle set up here. So we've got, this one's already set up for burbot right here. So let me take this off, and this off. So this will be, where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. All right, so burbot line. And carp line. I need to start putting some of my rods in the tent, like this comfort telescopic I don't ever use, for example. And I guess we'll try some telescopic fishing, see what we get. All right, so Unicorn, do you have a suggestion on the line clip for this spot? I'm guessing it's around like 8 or 9 meter, but doesn't hurt to make sure. Make sure I've got a put a bite indicator. I need to salvage a bite indicator. One of you. Someone remind me when I go back to turn fishing to buy another bite indicator. Everything looks fine. I can size this up to a bit of a bigger hook. Let's go with a size 1. This is old fish. You rarely use a clip. Yeah, I try not to usually. The small thing, like I'm guessing it's probably like right about there. If I had to guess. And then we've got a carp set up here. Go ahead and get rid of the clip on that one. Throw it out. Here we go. And let the telescopic drift a little bit. Which apparently I had it set up for burbot as well, but I'll switch it to maggots. I think are pretty good out here. A smaller hook. Sounds like we've already got something on. Who's ringing? Who's ringing? You are. Oh, what? A nace on a size 1 hook with potato? That potato was bigger than you there, little nace. Alright, let's try this again. Grab a little bit of cucumber action. And maggot on here, see what we can get. So are you still playing that one class you had showed me, Undead, or are you trying some of the other classes out on big time? Yeah, it's a good way to go about it, especially with a feeder rod. It can go a little further out, and with a deeper hole, it'll sink to where it needs to go. Let's see. This spot's deeper. I can probably set this up to like a 2 meter depth, at least, maybe 3. Really wish you could type the depth in on this. There we go. Maybe 3 meter was too deep. Yep. All right, let's bring it back down to 2. There's that jug sound again. Furious says it's a Bigfoot playing the water jug out in the woods. I tend to believe him. There we go. I may actually have the oh, no worries, Unicorn. Sounds like a good time for a nap. I'm getting a little worn out myself. Got a little while left in me yet. I think I may actually have this a little too close to shore. I'm gonna cast a little bit further out. And check. Okay, so it's just a sinker. That's good. There we go. Taking a nap now would end up having to wake up soon anyways, right? All right, let's see. Maggots not hitting anything. Let's try. Good old worm. And all else fails. It's still set a little too deep. I'm gonna try to bring it down to 1.5 meters. Very peaceful river. I like the I really like the look of the atmosphere on this river. It's just got a nice little tranquil feel to it. Come on down. I wasn't expecting it to be such a good trolling river though, and trolling has been very effective for me. And I gotta admit the that bacon they have at the bakery over there got my mouth watering a little bit. Big old slab of bacon with some rosemary on top and some various seasonings. Looked pretty tasty. If I wasn't pretty much broke right now, I'd pick some up to eat. All right, so the worm doesn't seem to be doing much for me either. Let's see, what else can I try? I've only got 2 casters. Let's try some mayfly larvae. Actually, I'm going to set it down to 1 meter and keep it a little closer to shore, see if that does better. Go. Might as well scoop up some more bait. Always nice when you get all 3. Yeah, I got the Model 1, used up most of my money, and then I picked up a bolo rod and stuff for it, so I am back to broke as a joke. That's all right. If I need some more money, I can just go back to Volkhov and make it in no time. For now, I just want to relax and explore this map for a little while, and then after I have some luck out here, figure out what I'm doing, I'll check out Sura. Let's have some nice fun exploring the map, seeing what I can catch. Surprised I haven't got a burbot to strike yet. Should be prime time for them. See, because I'm gonna actually switch the potato to algae, because I imagine it's not going to be grass carp over here since it's kind of an open hole. I imagine it's probably like a wild carp or something along those lines. And they, I think, are going for algae instead. But I'm dubious about this map's supposed 5-star float tackle rating, because feeder, I've been doing okay. Spin fishing, I was doing really well. I'm having 0 luck with floating. Okay, so if it's gloomy or foggy or anything, ooh, got something on here. Use something like algae or cabbage. Good to know. I usually I just switch between algae and potatoes, but I should pick up some cabbage for days like that. Then, yeah, with grass carp, I typically look for lily pads and stuff like that. I assume wild carp would be better out here. Which I did catch a little tiny grass carp up in that cove earlier. Not quite, not even 2 kilo. But that was on potato. But I guess there's just more specific strategies you got to use out here for float fishing. I don't know. Yeah, black carp are always good, and the XP on them is fantastic as well. Golden tinch are usually pretty good on cheese, for that matter. I'm gonna have to do some research on what the strategy for float fishing out here is, because I'm just having no luck at it. But trolling certainly did have good luck. I'm hoping that I can fill a couple cafe orders with all that. Should be pretty profitable, because I imagine, even though I have a lot of fish in there, they're all tiny, so even with all this, it's probably only about maybe 40 silver, if that, from fish market value. Oh, they've been going for boilies lately? Okay. I know I've lost at Oldberg countless bobbers to a tinch hitting on a telescopic, because you don't really have any room to breathe on a telescopic, and they hit so hard right off the bat that if they're beyond your capacity, it's bye-bye line. Well, when all else fails, size 22 hook, glimmer bobber, and flies. Yeah, flies. There we go. Let's see if I can't catch a few bleak. Surely I can do that at least. Once the sun comes back up, I'll switch back to trolling, see what I can do. But it did seem like the cove over here and along this stretch is probably pretty good for grass carp. Yep. Get those mean old eyed hidden on there, running off with the bobber. Like, hey, what are you doing? You're not a bleak. Although bleak, in my opinion, are the best fish. My long-term goal is to get the quarry lodge and cover the wall with trophy bleak. Everybody can have their halibut and Greenland sharks and poor beagle trophies. I'll have some nice, respectable bleak. Not too big, not too small, just right. Okay, so no bleak here apparently. I think I scared all the burbot off. A little cucumber action here. weekly world record black whitefish. Weird oxymoronic name that is. Very nice. Got a couple rares out there. I've got actually it's on one of the highlights on my channel here from a few weeks ago. Had an hour-long fight with a catfish on Volkhov, and it's currently the third largest ever in the U.S. for Volkhov. It was a 50, just under 51 kilo on a freaking Titan reel. That was brutal. It was a fun fight though. Very nice. I love getting them trophies. Yeah, there was about halfway through that fight, 30 minutes in, I was ready to throw in the towel because I just didn't think I was going to be able to pull it in with the reel I had, but the viewers kept cheering me on, so I kept going, and eventually got it to shallow enough water where I kind of had to do like a quick boat by netting to get it. It was brutal. Tore my poor Titan to shreds. Was 120 silver fish, 70 something silver with repair. Although it's not as bad as when I learned the hard. Got some on here, almost. Learned the hard way that if you upgrade the friction brakes on a reel, you need to upgrade the oil as well, because I upgraded my Adriatica and went to Volkhov, didn't upgrade the oil, and from brand new friction brakes, two fish, to an Atlantic and a pike, brought it to 43% wear. That's when they get, whenever you're ready to call it night, like that was the way the catfish was for me. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to take 15 minutes to troll down and back to the dock and then call it a night. And of course, that's when the big ones get on. They're like, all right, you're not going to sleep tonight. We had a guy the other day on Discord that managed to get, he got the, I think he's probably still the U.S. record for one of the sturgeon. Let me see if I can find it on here. There's a beluga, I believe. Somewhere on here. Beluga sturgeon. Nope, it wasn't beluga. Whichever one is the big Baltic sturgeon, that was it. Yeah, G-Tets right here, 142 kilo. He had to fight it for over 5 hours to bring that sucker in. That's a true endurance challenge right there. All right, sun is starting to come back up, so I think I'll go ahead and take whatever fish is biting this in. We got another tiny fish of some sort. Little tiny pumpkin seed sunfish. Yeah, I think my wrist would have made me tap out 3 hours into that. I'm like, all right, it's over. Now it's turning sunlight again. I'm going to go ahead and swap back to do some trolling. Probably troll down to the camp and back, and should be just about filled on the keep net by then, and call it a night once that happens. But that should be a little bit of time to get through and catch some more fish. Where did I park? There it is. Get my line set back up. Need you. I need to take my HSV. This is the worst. I'm looking forward to when I have like a surplus of HSV reels, so I don't have to swap all these setups every time I switch from trolling to feeder fishing. All right, here we go. Back out onto the river. Throw this on the hot bar and cast out. Just using my usual random assortment of spinners on here since that's done me well so far. So another thing that I have learned that most players don't recommend upgrading friction brakes on reels, and I understand why they say it, because if you're going for efficiency, shove there, you're probably going to be able to get a bigger reel by the time you need to worry about it. But for a casual player like myself, and especially like newer players, I think upgrading reels is a very solid option. So like with the Adriatica, if you do the highest tier upgrade and some oil to use it, you basically have a half cost Saber 60. And it's got, because it's technically still a smaller reel, it's got improved bite rate. So one of the things I plan on doing, discussed one of my viewers recently suggested, when I get a second HSV, upgrade one and leave one stock and compare the efficiency of them, and also compare the wear and tear and repair costs with having one upgraded and one stock. So once I do get a second HSV, that's one of the things I plan on doing. I think a lot of people sleep on reel upgrades. So we're at to right now. We're at 68, so we've got room for another 32 fish. So you say upgrade them when it's time. So yeah, that's generally what that is. What if you're going for efficiency, that tends to be the case. Is you just go with the stock HSV, and by the time you need to repair it, you're ready for a big. You can afford a bigger reel anyways. So there's definitely makes sense, especially because the stock repairs on it is so cheap and everything. But if you compare, like, so the max friction brake upgrade you can do for the well, actually the only friction brake upgrade for it, brings it up to a 17 kilo max drag, and it's like 400 silver, and you would need, like, I would probably get at least like a 70 silver, if not the 100 silver grease upgrade for that. So it's kind of costly, but if you compare it to other 17 kilo reel stock, those are like 6,000 silver minimum, pretty much. So it seems like it could be, for a casual player, a good upgrade that would allow them to tackle some bigger fights and have a little more ease by doing that. So it's an experiment I'm definitely looking forward to trying out. Uh-oh. I didn't buy a second boat ticket, and I'm almost out. Let me, I think I'm pretty close to a little 12-gram Cupanella there. Not close enough to the docks. I am close enough. I am going to rush back to the docks here and get another boat ticket before this runs out. Nice little house on the riverside there. But yeah, the Adriatica, I think, is a really, like, an upgrade Adriatica is a really good option for players, for low-level players. Oh, appreciate that, Papa Bear. That'll save me that trip back. Gives me a 1 day. That should be enough. I can renew next time, since I'm just going to head down to the camp and back. So that will get me going through here and not get stranded, at least. Thanks again. Select the next ticket. There we go. All right. Back to trolling. Yeah, so the Adriatica for casual and low-level players, very, very highly recommended. It's a cheap reel, and with the upgrade, it honestly, I used it on Volkhov for a while until I got the Alpha and the HSV. I was using it on Volkhov and was managed to pull in some large Atlantic salmon with it. And it's a fight, but for the cost, you can't beat it. Hey, Blood God, doing good. Just exploring Seversky Donets River for the first time. How you doing today? Been having some good luck trolling out here. Haven't figured out the strategy yet for float and feeder fishing, but getting quite a bit of a variety of species, just trolling with some random assortment of spinners out here. Got a perch on one of the lines here. Running on shore left and right. I'm surprised they let me continue rinsing the boat. Yep, appreciate the spyware. What we got? Ooh, that's a chunky little perch and a spin fishing game to go with it. Very nice. 6 a.m. I'm out in the east coast of the state, so it's 11 p.m. out here. Still early evening, but I do have a lot of tend to get a lot of viewers over there from Europe. I need to try to do some streams over here that I guess would be about afternoon time for me. Get some of you guys when it's not in the wee hours of the morning. Here we go. Everybody ready for the weekend? It's a couple days away now. Should use the metal tub boat. Okay, I'll make a note of that. And I'm going to do tonight. I want to do kind of just like a blind discoveries of the river. So tomorrow I'm going to do some research into how to actually fish out here correctly, and that way next stream I can actually target some stuff. I always like to do just a blind discovery stream for my first time, just to see what it's like, take in the sights, all that good stuff. I was not expecting the trolling to be as high of a bite rate as it is out here, because I've never really heard people talk about it. Which again, I guess it's tiny fish, so I guess they're probably worth almost nothing at the market. But maybe I'll have some cafe orders to fill. How's the weather out there where you folks are? It's been wild for us here. Lots of rain and thunderstorms. Yeah, that's what someone was mentioning earlier, that drifting with wacky rods is really good. Unfortunately, I don't have wacky rods unlocked yet. I'm only almost 62%, so I guess I gotta get to 70% to unlock those. This seems like it'd be a good river to use a topwater lure from the shoreline as well. Could be totally wrong, but just by the look of it, it seems like it'd be a good topwater river. I really need to get some ultralights for this river as well. I've got a Titan, an Alpha, and an HSV for fish that don't even get above like 200 grams. Kind of overkill, but that's all right. Better to be oversized than undersized, I suppose. Exactly. Last thing you want is to have something that can only handle a kilo and you get an 8 kilo pike hitting on there. Day's ruined at that point. Alright, take it easy, Blood God. Good seeing you. There's a chub. I really like the variety of species I'm catching out here. That's my biggest complaint about like quarry and Volkhov trolling. As efficient as they are, you're basically just didn't mean to do that. You're basically just catching like the same three species of fish over and over again, and I like to catch a variety. I find some fun in doing that. Ooh, here's a decent pike. If you can get up on the boat, get up here. Here we go. A little over a kilo. And, whoa, man, that's a weird thing that I haven't experienced on other places trolling, is the, like, sudden fish flying at your face. There's an eyed and a shoreline. Very good bite rate, though. What we got here? Look at our chub. Come on. Get in here. Nope. Nope, it's an eyed. Alright, got someone coming around the bend here. Got a fish on right away. Bite rate so much I can't even juggle the rods properly. Yeah, this is the kind of bite rate that if this was Volkhov with this kind of bite rate, I'd be a millionaire. There seems to be like something weird with the physics where like as soon as you pick the boat or the rod up, the fish just kind of like rocket towards you for a second. Another sunfish. Yeah, bream would be very nice on this kind of bite rate for sure. All right. Can I cast my third line out now? Looks like it. Wouldn't mind catching a crayfish out here. Those are always fun. Here we go. Another sunfish. Up to 81 and they're keeping it. Doing good, doing good. I'm gonna have to like get used to the recognizing the bends when boating out here so that I can avoid hitting the shoreline so much. Oh yeah, you get a Volgazander. They're purple tag now, aren't they? Rare species. I think the only time I've ever caught one of them, I caught one of those in Winding Rivulet, I believe. They're still regular? Huh. I have to, I know they're out here in this river, so I need to learn to, when I do my research, I'll learn how to target those for sure. Another eyed, another spin fishing game. See, right now, this is where, like, if I was on happy hour, this bite rate would probably be incredible for getting some skill gains. There we go. Another eyed. 44 grand for just under, it's not bad. For, like you said, for a small fish, it's a good profit. This bite rate though, man. I'm gonna fill that keep net up in no time. Another eyed. Woo! Flying fish. Another citral. I want to get like a really big, like a trophy citral to see what the model looks like on those, because they may surpass Nace for my favorite models so far. Alright, I guess I need to start turning around now. Take a sharper turn in here. There we go. Now, if I continue trolling, should be able to. Uh-oh. Is the trolling motor strong enough to beat this current? Yes, it is. Barely. Probably fill the keep net up on the way back to the docks here. On the shed. You can definitely tell the slowdown of the boat facing or going up against the current there. Man, this is slow. Yeah, I do want to try some topwater lures here at some point, because I haven't even purchased a topwater lure yet. Just to see what it's like. More cucumbers and tea. The snack of champions. And we've got, in about 30 seconds here, there will be a ad break just to prevent pre-roll ads for an hour. So subscribers will be able to skip the ads. Always appreciate the support. Non-subscribers will still be fishing and going through the ads, and we'll see you when the ads are over. Okay, so telescopic from the ferry dock with the citral. I'll have to try that when I try to target a trophy one. Good tip to know. Get back in towards the middle of the river here. Boy, it's significantly slower boat going against the current, that's for sure. All right, we're at 88, so we've got room for 12 more fish. Will we fill the keep net by the time we get to the docks is the question. Fish on line 2. Another Pontic shad there. That looks like a Terran or a Rudd on this one. Rudd. Worm or bark beetle lava on an 18 hook. Okay, so I've got the red stick, so I probably would need to get a bit of a bigger telescopic rod. Another eyed there. Yeah, I'll definitely do some research tomorrow on all the float and feeder strategies for this river, so I can give all that a try. All right, so we're up to 91. Can we get the last 9 fish before we reach the dock? I think so. Here's number 92. Another sunfish. I love these, I guess they're some kind of willow tree. Sitting down like this. I don't know what exactly what type of tree it is, but it's something similar to a willow. Like we get oh, got another fish on over there. We get Spanish moss hanging on trees out here. That's love going through like a road or something that's covered in trees with the Spanish moss hanging down. It's a little perch. So it is supposed to be, yeah, the weeping willows around here they tend to not get that big, but we do have some, which they are really nice. They are a fantastic tree. Okay, yeah, red stick. I mean, most people have recommended never even upgrading above the red stick when I asked about it like a month ago or so, but worth a shot for sure. I might have this. I don't know if I have the largest red stick though. I can't remember if I got the cheapest one or if I went with the future proofing with the biggest size. Let's check. Yeah, we get smaller weeping willows around here, which actually, my neighborhood is named after willow trees, and we used to have 2 willow trees at the entrance of the neighborhood, but they both got struck by lightning over the years and are no longer there. What do we got here? Another Pontic shad, I bet. Yep. Getting better at identifying which fish species they are out here. Man, this bite rate though. Hopefully we can fill some good cafe orders with all this. We are up to 95. We got room for 5 more fish. And make that 4 more. Looks like a decent sized shad. Oh, it's a citral. Okay. Those ones look fairly similar reeling in. They both got that sort of wide, shiny white underbelly. I think that's one thing I don't like about the Norwegian sea fishing is that you really can't see what you're reeling in until it's like basically right there, a meter away from being done. A little shame. Yeah, a little over 1 kilo chub. Going well, Furious. I just been kind of trolling up and down. I'm heading back to the dock. I got room for 3 more fish before the keep net's full, and I think I'm going to get those fish here very quickly. Yeah, the bite rate has been incredible. So this weird flying fish bug though is kind of hilarious. Here's another taran. I think that's the only the second one of those I've caught. I'm hoping I can fill a couple cafe orders because these are all pretty small fish, so I don't imagine I'm going to have a ton of raw fish market value, but we shall see. It's been fun. Yeah, this is my blind run days, so tomorrow I'll look up and research like actual strategies for fishing out here so that next time I can try and target some stuff specifically and see what we can get. Amber's still producing some good carp for you. Oh, nice. I didn't see it come up in chat. What'd you get? I'll give a triple carp for you for a trophy carp. Bam. Oh, it's a tench. I I called the carp emojis too soon. Ooh, chunky chub. Get up here. Almost 2 kilo. Okay, I've got room for one more fish. I'm not even going to cast this one out. All right, here it comes. Is it going to be on the Alpha or the HSV? Who's going to get the final fish? The race is on. Yeah, it's a awesome bite rate, and I'm just loving how much variety it is too. There's so many different fish species I'm catching. This seems like it's also, I don't know what all of these can be used for, like live bait. If most of these can be used for live bait, this seems like a really good place to stock up on that. They're not big enough to cut up into fish pieces though, sadly. Of course, the bite rate takes a bit of a pause here when it's down to the last fish. They're just teasing me now. This seems to be like the widest spot of the river. Oh, nope. Yeah, perch I know can be. I think perch are probably the best for farming them is probably winding rivulet. Yeah, same here. One day though, one day. I mean, on top of that, you also have to get the rods up to a pretty high percentage to even use the live bait. So, who knows? All right, I guess I will cast the third rod back out if they're going to be picky on this last one. Sheesh. But, oh, there we go. So, yep, as soon as I cast this out, someone's like, all right, so the Alpha gets the honor of putting the last fish in the keep net. Nice little asp there. And I guess I'll just, oh, is it even, I guess I'll just go straight to the docks because these fish give such little XP that it's not worth catching them and releasing them, really. Might as well save the suspense and go see what sort of silver a day of trolling out here is worth. So how big was that tension that you got? And was it a golden tench or one of the others? 4.25 kilo? Bet that thing took off like a rocket as soon as you hooked it. Just regular tench. I want to get a trophy frog. I feel like that thing would just absolutely tear into the lure at the beginning. Whenever I catch a regular frog, it's like within a second, that thing's gone halfway down the river for some reason. But congrats on the trophy for sure. Let's see. I really wish you could mute the boat sound, the motor sound. Without having to like mute everything else. Those small frogs, that's how they survive. Since they're not big enough to fight, they learn how to run. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can go to shore to hoop it the rest of the way to save everybody's ears here. Yeah, I love, and the other one that's like hilariously fast with taking the hook off is mussels. Like they hop onto something and just run with it. Like how are you doing this? All right, where are we at? This is the grocery store. That's the bakery. Cafe was somewhere here. Let's see, here, the administration. Fish market. Cafe, there it is. It's a nice looking cafe. It's got a little porch with some outdoor seats with some nice vases. We got a little ashtray action. Anything around the side here? Always worth checking out though. Yeah, appreciate that. Had a got that raid earlier. Definitely helped out for sure. Let's see what we got. Do we have anything do I not have as anything to fill in? That's pretty nice though. A 4 kilo grass carp for 40 silver. If I was targeting grass carp, that would be pretty good. All right, well, I have no cafe orders I can fill. That's a little head down moment. Walk of shame over to the fish market. I did get a grass carp, but it was only like 1.8 kilo. Little baby carp. But I mean, a 4 kilo carp should be pretty easy to get. So if that's a regular order, that's not too bad. All right, 137 silver. I mean, it's not great. It's just trolling for fun though, so it's not terrible. It takes me away from being broke at least. Let's see what the most expensive stuff was. So our big shad was almost 11 silver. Chub we're doing chub and asp seem to be the big money of what I was getting. Yeah, that's about where we're at. Okay. The pumpkin seed guys, sadly, I mean, they're worth like a couple silver each, so they're not terrible. Citral's okay. Tarans are okay too. Big boy shad though. Sad when our most expensive fish was 11 silver when we've been used to Volkhov prices, right? There we go. Not too bad. It's I do like the lay of the land here. It's a very pretty little relaxing river, so I'm looking forward to spending some more time out here. Yeah, it was a great silver, but I mean, we're going out here completely unprepared, throwing random lures out, just trolling up and down. It's passable. It paid for itself at least. That's the important part. And I'll do some research so that next time I can try and do some targeted feeder and float fishing out here to hopefully get some cafe orders filled and go after maybe a trophy or something. But I guess we'll go ahead and collect some bait and wrap it up here. That up. Get a little bit of algae. Appreciate everyone coming out. Those of you that joined the raid, I tend to stream every night or every other night around this same time. But I know I have a lot of viewers over in Europe, so I'm going to try and do some streams that are less in the middle of the night time for all of you. Appreciate that, Unicorn. It's nice seeing some new faces in chat, and I hope everyone has a good day over there in Europe and good night over here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. And those of you that are sticking around to pay it forward, I will see if there's another RF4 streamer up right now, and we'll give them a little raid. But otherwise, take it easy, folks. Have some good fishing, and catch you all next time.